Welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas, to the Hoisington Activity Center for semifinal bout of the Minneapolis Lions playing the Victoria boys. Number 1 seed Minneapolis against the number 5 seed Victoria Knights here in the semifinal action of this afternoon.
Victoria, I don't know a lot about Victoria. I know that Coach Shute told us the other night that they've got one stud on this team. They got one really, really strong player, but they've got a pretty good team if they beat Quivira Heights the other night. So
they beat Quivira Heights by a score of 64-60 in the quarterfinals on Tuesday, and we just kind of watching them warm up a little bit in between games. They appear to have some athletes. I don't know how many athletes they got, how well they play together, but there'll be a test, I'm sure. Class 1A squad, and we'll need to take care of business and move into the championship game for on the boys' side for the first time since we've been coming to this tournament.
Yeah, Minneapolis will be the home seed in white, but like you said, Dale, they're going to have to take care of business. You know, Victoria's going to come out. You can't overlook any of these 1A schools because they don't have the necessarily they might not have a wrestling program. They might not have some of the programs. They may have just a ton of talent that's on that team. This Victoria team has 6 seniors, 1 junior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman.
Wow, so they're well loaded on top.
So they are.
Hopefully our boys won't come out near as rusty due to the 2-day layoff like the girls did.
Yeah, and that did affect them, and you just got to hope that they don't. We saw a great performance the other night by Minneapolis as we got some nice shooting by John Michael Darrow to come out of his slump and got some nice buckets. And Minneapolis is going to have to do the same thing. And watching them warm up, we're a little cold yet so far, but you know that John Michael's hitting them right now. So
two of them I've seen him hit.
So Grayson sent us, so we gotta continue to hit those, and don't want to use up too many of them, boys. Let's save some of them for the match. But
this will be the 4th time that the Lions have played Victoria, all of them on neutral courts. Minneapolis leads the series 2-1. The last time we played them in 2008, the Knights won by 14 points.
By 14, wow.
So that was back when several of our seniors were still in their growing pains.
Yeah. Was that Coach Shoup's first year?
Yes, no.
Second year.
That would have been his second year.
Yeah. But still, we would have had some young players on that ball
2006 team, was Williams' last season, so 5-6.
So we're about a minute 53 left away from this one. The mascot comes up and, hey, buddy, thanks for coming up here and cheering us on. Shakes. Oh, he was trying to shake your hand earlier, Dale, but you had your back turned to him. So.
Ouch! Ouch! Scratched me.
Cut those nails. So. As our
shook his paw.
As Lion comes up here and shakes her hand, and now Dale's gonna complain about his hand hurt because of scratches.
Here. Grayson George has moved into 6th place on the scoring, all-time scoring list. He's needs about 100 more points to move in the next place. So interesting to see him continue along in there. Other important league action tonight involves our nemesis, the Beloit Trojans. They knocked off another top 10 team the other night in Hutch Trinity, their first defeat of the season in Sterling, and they'll play another undefeated team tonight in the Sterling Black Bears. So
and that Hoisington team was ranked up there in
not Hoisington, it was Hutch Trinity.
Hutch Trinity. They were ranked
1 in some polls.
So.
And the Minneapolis Lions still ranked number 2 in the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association poll, despite the 1 loss.
So you got to expect to see Beloit move up there. It's knocking off 2 top, highly seeded teams, and so for the Victoria Knights, starting out 5'6" senior Colin Schmittenberger. For Minneapolis, number 10 Kyler Macy. Kyler playing some great shutdown defense. For the Victoria Knights, number 14 Steve Hodling, a senior, 6' senior. For Minneapolis, number 13, Andrew Yoxel, 6'1" junior. for the Victoria Knights. Number 30, Kyle Schmidt, a 6'3" senior. And for Minneapolis, number 15, a 6'2" senior, Grayson George.
Getting a little beard action going on there, Jacob pulling beard action. I hadn't noticed that the other night.
For Victoria Knights, Cameron Dinkle, a 6'1" senior. And for Minneapolis, number 20, 5'9" senior, Garrett Doherty. And for the Victoria Knights, another senior, Jordan Blesky, a 6'2" senior for the Victoria Knights. And for Minneapolis, number 33, 6'3" senior, Dylan Crossan. So Minneapolis will come out here as showed a little bit different look. Well, we saw this look the other night with.
Well, it's a little bit different.
But Garrett Doherty and
seniors
Kyler Macy. No, Andrew Yoxel.
Yeah, well, but the other night it was all seniors.
Oh yeah, Andrew. Sorry, I'm sorry. I was talking tonight. I apologize, Dale. Victoria Knights, they're starting all seniors, and Minneapolis will have 4 seniors on the floor as well as Andrew Yoxel. Grayson George, jump center against number 44, Jordan Blesky, and we will get to going here for Minneapolis.
We don't have to worry about any 6'5", 6'6", or 6'8" players tonight. Pretty even Steven on height.
So Grayson George and Blesky doing the jump. Ball's up, and it will go in the hands of Victoria Knights as ball goes in the hands of Schmittenberger. He swings it on the outside to Schmidt. Schmidt to Schmittenberger. I'm going to have trouble with that one all night tonight. Ball will go back in the hands of Dinkle. Dinkle back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger rolls right-hand side to number 30, Schmidt. Schmidt drives up off the glass, no good, and rebounded back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger picks it back on the outside, kicks it down low. Off the mark, rebound no good, but the putback is good by Schmidt as he gets the first points. Victoria Knights had the lead 2-0. Kyler Macy back to Grayson George. Grayson on the outside. He'll drive, takes a shot from the free throw line. It is off the mark, but Crossan with the rebound, and he'll be fouled, no call. Gets it back up, puts it back up, gets his own rebound again, and this, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me.
We have the same referees we had the first game.
Oh my gosh. Dylan Crossan hammered down low, and
man,
Minneapolis will have the ball after the ball goes. Grayson George for 3, and it's, can't get the fall, rebounded by Victoria Knights. Knights will bring it down. Schmittenberger guarded by Garrett Doherty. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt rolls around, gets it back to Cutter in the lane. Oh, wow, nice cut, nice pass. Gets it back down to number 34, Dinkle. And Knights have a lead. And Crossan with the rebound down low, and he gets it to fall. Nice job. Minneapolis gets the bucket. Schmittenberger guarded by Doherty. So they would get it in the corner to Schmidt. Schmidt picks up his dribble, back to Schmittenberger, swing pass over to Dinkle, drives, off the glass, and good is number 14, Hodling. So Andrew Yoxel down low to Crossan. Crossan in the paint, off the glass, and no good. Rebounded by Dinkle. Excuse me, Blesky. Get back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger, very, very good ball handler right there, Dale. So picks up his dribble. Back to the top of the key. They'll roll around the outside. Back to Hodling. 3-point shot up and off the mark, but a rebound by Victoria Knights. There's a 3 on the outside. It's off, but Macy comes away with it and then stolen away, and they are all over the place. Minneapolis comes away with it. Garrett Doherty will bring it back the other direction. Garrett will be,
We got our hands full tonight, guys.
Yes, we do. Gets it called off his knee as checking in will be John Michael Darrow, Zach Allison, and Casey Argenbright. 6-2, Victoria Knights with the lead. 5:33 in the first quarter. Schmittenberger with the ball, guarded by Darrow. And got him double teamed. Nice job of Yoxel, gets it to Darrow. Nice turnover there, nice hustle defense by the Lions. Grayson George, Casey Argenbright on the outside. Into Yoxel, into Allison in the low paint, and he'll be fouled down low. Nice job, Zach, to take it right to Blesky. And Zach Allison will go to the line to shoot 2. Zach took it right into Blusky, and that's, I think, what they're trying to do is get it down low and get those off the glass. Zach Allison at the line to shoot 2. Shot is up and in and out for the junior Zach Allison. Second shot coming. 5:09 left to go in the first quarter. Second shot is up and it's no good as well. 6-2, Knights with the lead. Schmidtberger will bring it down, guarded by Darrow. Back to Schmidt. He'll pick up his dribble. And goes back the other direction. Nice pass down low. Oh, wow. Nice shot by Blusky. Just a nice shot off the glass. Casey Argenbright drives it all the way down. Saves it after it's being knocked out. Gets it back to Grayson George. Grayson into Zach Allison. Back to Casey Argenbright. Back to Grayson George. He'll take the 3. And it can't fall. But nice rebound by Yoxel. Yoxel brings it back out. Back to Grayson George. Zach Allison. And to Yoxel. Yoxel in the paint, no good. And Zach Allison comes away with a nice job, Zach, as he comes out of it. Darrow drives the lane into Zach Allison. He's in the paint, gets the fall. Nice job, Minneapolis, as they fight down low and they finally get it to fall 8-4. Good hustle by the Lions. Good defense and hustle. And Argenbright is stolen there by Darrow. Darrow to Casey. Casey's, and it's good. Nice job, Casey Argenbright, as he gets the bucket to fall and he's fouled. Great pressure defense by Darrow and Argenbright on that one, guys. And Argenbright will go to the line to shoot a possible 3-point play here. The and 1. Shot is up and it is off the mark. 8-6, Knights with the lead here with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Ball will be rolled around, gets it down low, and
no walking.
Ball goes back to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Schmittenberger. Swing pass on the outside, 3-point shot off the mark, rebounded by Darrow. Darrow bring it down, pushing the ball, and he'll come down to set this one up. Back to Grayson George. Grayson backward to Argenbright. Argenbright in to Allison. Zach in the paint, up and good. Nice job, Zach Allison, as he creates a great job down low and puts it off the glass. Dale, nice job, Zach Allison.
He's getting better and better at that post position all the time.
All the time, he's doing better. That's the second foul on the big guy, as checking in will be number 45, Tony Schmittenberger, as he checks in for the big guy. So a little bit different size look as Crossan will come in for Yoxel. Zach Allison a chance to give us the lead for the first time. Shot is up and it is off the mark. Oh, Zach, way to go, Zach Allison.
Steals it away.
Oh, my. Zach doing a great job so far tonight, guys, and he has missed his free throws, but playing tough down low. Nice job, Zach Allison. So, steps on the line, out of bounds. It will go back to Minneapolis. Got trapped down there, threw it off her leg, but he stepped on the out-of-bounds line first. Tied up at 8, 3:13 left in the first quarter. Argenbright brings it down to set it up, gets it back to Macy. Macy into Crossan. Crossan at the top, high post, gets it down to Zach Allison. Back to Macy. Macy rolls around, gets it back to Argenbright, into Crossan. Crossan back to Argenbright, drives. It's shot up, no good, but Zach Allison with the rebound. Zach.
Gee whiz.
Oh, man.
Wow. Nice job, Zach Allison.
And that way to initiate the action, Zach.
Yeah.
They'll call those fouls eventually.
So, ball will go back the other direction, back to Schmidt. Schmidt on the outside. Gets it back in the hands of Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger rolls the right-hand side. Picks up his dribble back to Dinkel. Dinkel back to Schmidt. Goes back on the outside to Hudling. Schmidt on the outside. Gets it down low. Back out to Schmittenberger for 3. In and out. And Argenbright with the rebound. Nice job, Casey Argenbright. Ball goes back to Macy. Macy looks down low. Goes back on the outside to Crossan. Crossan at the top of the key. Back to Macy. and nearly turned the ball over. It will stay with Minneapolis as tried to get it over to Darrow. Grayson George will check back in, as well as Andrew Yoxel, as Kyler Macy will come down. An advantage we may have. I don't know how deep that Victoria goes. Right now, they're only one deep. And we've been running fresh players in and out. It may be to our advantage later on in this one. Grayson George, inbounds. Gets it to Darrow. Oh. And he steps out of bounds. Oh.
What kind of blocking foul on Argenbright.
So, tied up at 8. Casey Argenbright gets his first personal foul. Checking in for Victoria, Corey Dinkle, a junior, checks in for the Knights. So Victoria will bring it down. Dinkle with the ball. Swing pass over to number 34. Another Dinkle. So got a lot of family members on this team. Casey Argenbright comes out of the pack with it. And we go the other direction. Casey drives down. Back to Yoxel from the free throw line. Up and no good. And Argenbright's going to get his second foul right there as goes for the loose ball. He'll pick up a second personal. So, well, they don't call it, or do they?
Well,
yeah, they do call it there. Yeah, second personal. Garrett Doherty checks in for Minneapolis.
8 all. Minute 30 to go in the first quarter.
Schmidberger guarded by Darrow. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt drives back to Dinkle. Dinkle drives in. Nice drop down pass. Off the glass and good by Schmittenberger. So Tony Schmittenberger gets the bucket. Grayson George picks down low to Crossan. Crossan in the low block. Gets back out to Doherty. Back to Darrow. Darrow back to, and the ill pass gets to Schmittenberger. So, and no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. Back to Doherty. Doherty will bring it down, press it. Back to Grayson George. Grayson drives, and no good. And Grayson will go to the line to shoot 2. They're going to call that on Dinkle, I believe. So that could have gone either way. Could have gone either way.
Hold my breath for a second.
So
I was thinking, why did you turn down to 3?
So actually Schmitberger, Tony Schmitberger with the foul. Grayson George at the line to shoot 2. First one's off the mark. 10-8, Victoria Knights with the lead. Second shot coming. And it's good as he makes 1 of 2. Garrett Pounds checking in, as well as Zach Allison, as Andrew Yoxel and Dylan Crossan will sit down.
10-9, Lions with the lead for the first time.
No.
Oh, that's sorry. That's it.
Schmitberger with the ball, gets it back on the outside to Schmidt, back to Dinkle, back to Dinkle. Dinkle, Schmidt, or something like that.
And Schmittenberger.
Yeah, Schmittenberger on the outside, back to Dinkle, back to Dinkle. I'm going to have a hard time with this one all night. Schmidt with the ball, picks up his dribble. Oh, nice pass off the glass, no good. And up and good is Tony Schmittenberger as he gets the backside rebound and gets the bucket. 18 seconds left, 12-9. Minneapolis will try to set this one up, get a shot here. Allison on the outside, back to Doherty. 6 seconds, back to Grayson George, back to Zach Allison. 3 seconds, back to Grayson George, and gets a shot, but it's blocked, and Minneapolis doesn't get a shot off there at the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, very, very scrappy Victoria Knights team has a lead, 12-9.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you'll encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
The State Bank of Delphus and Glasgow and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks committed to making your banking experience as easy and personal as possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Brown Mackie College Salina is proud to support our regional high school sports. Join us this year in cheering on the Minneapolis Lions, the Solomon Gorillas, and the Ellsworth Bearcats.
Welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas. Cardinal Winter Jam. Lions had the ball to start the second quarter, trailing by 3, 12-9. Grayson George, Garrett Doherty, John Michael Darrow, Yoxel, and Crossan in on the floor. Ball goes down low to Crossan, and he will get fouled. That's before the shot. And foul is on number 45. That is Tony Schmittenberger. That's his second personal foul. Garrett Doherty to inbounds for the Lions. Into Crossan in the paint, up and good. Nice job, Dylan Crossan. As good ball movement on the inside. 12-11. Schmidberger with the ball, and there's going to be a foul on the top.
Blocking foul on George.
Sorry, Cameron Dinkle, 6'1" senior. He's pretty good ball handler right there. As Grayson George will pick up his first personal foul. Ball goes back in the hands of Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger rolls the right-hand side. Back out to Dinkle. Dinkle back out to the other Dinkle. Back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger looks down low to the other Schmittenberger. We got 2 Schmittenbergers and 2 Dinkles on the floor, as well as a Hodling. So, ball is turned over into the hands to Minneapolis. Darrow will bring it down. Back to Yoxel. Into Crossan. Crossan in the paint. Back out to Garrett Doherty. Shot up and good. Nice shot by Garrett Doherty. Garrett's shot has improved so much.
Yes.
Nice little shot by Garrett from about the 12-foot mark. Ball goes and is stolen right there into the hands. Minneapolis will bring it down the other direction. Grayson George with Minneapolis has their first lead, and ball goes down low and then stolen. Nice job, Garrett Doherty. How is that? Wowzer. How does that not a tie-up earlier? Garrett Doherty down low with Dinkle, and Dinkle, wow. Nice job, Garrett Doherty. Dinkle has a little bit of muscle on him, pulled.
I think he had Garrett in the full Nelson there.
Yeah, tell you. Schmittenberger drives, a little shove off by Schmittenberger, back to Dinkle, and there's going to be a foul. And that'll be on Minneapolis. I believe Darrow, we'll see for sure. Macy getting ready to check in, and that is on Darrow. Grayson George will sit down as Kyler Macy checks in.
4th team foul for the Lions. 5 on the Knights of Victoria.
Ball will be inbounds. Ball goes clear to the top to Schmittenberger. Rolls around, gets it back to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Dinkle. Back to Schmittenberger. Schmidt on the top of the key. Picks up his dribble, gets it back to Schmittenberger. Back to Schmidt. And nice pass down low.
Oh, way to work the ball.
Yeah.
They didn't convert.
They didn't, and there's going to be a foul right there as...
Great work
Yeah.
the ball, wow.
I'll tell you, they've got great ball movement, Dale. Great ball movement, and Minneapolis will have it. Foul was on Dinkle, Corey Dinkle.
1-1 for Minneapolis from here on.
Garrett Doherty to bring it down to set it up for the Lions. Back to Darrow. Darrow on the outside, looks at Crossan. And it's good. Back to Doherty. Tried to get it down low to Yoxel, and the Knights got a hand in it, and it will come back the other direction. Dinkle, Schmidt picks up his dribble. Back to Schmidberger. Schmidberger back to Schmidt. 3-point shot up and off the mark, rebounded by Doherty. Doherty will come down with it the other direction. Back to Darrow. Darrow back to Doherty, and it's good. Nice job, Garrett Doherty, and he'll get fouled and go to the line as Doherty hits about a 10-foot runner from the left-hand side. Nice job, Garrett Doherty. Foul is on Victoria. We'll see who that is. Colin Schmidberger is first.
Has a 15-12 lead.
Zach Allison checks in for Dylan Crossan. Doherty at the line to shoot the and one at the 5:30 mark in the second quarter. Shot is up, and it is off the mark. Rebounded by Dinkle. Back to Schmidberger. Schmidberger back to Dinkle. Dinkle. Oh, there's a bull in the china cabinet, but we weren't set. We weren't quite set, so we will get the foul. So
5th team foul on Minneapolis with 5:20 to go.
Andrew Yoxel with the foul. Oh, they didn't. Said he wasn't shooting, so it'll stay on the floor. So all will be inbounds. Goes to Schmidt.
No continuation rules.
Schmidt back to Schmidberger.
NBA.
Schmidt on the outside. Off the glass and good as number 44, Jordan Blesky, gets them back to within one. Ball goes down to Darrow. Darrow back to Yoxel. Yoxel in the paint, and they're going to call a double dribble. And the turnover. Grayson George will check back in for Darrow. Oh, we'll go back in the hands of Schmidberger. Lions with a 1-point lead. 4:50 left to go in the first half. Schmidt with the ball on the outside, back to Schmidberger. Back to Schmidt. Ball goes to Dinkle. Back to Schmidberger. Schmidberger back. Schmidt for three, and it's well off the mark.
That's what you call an air
Ball. So we need to drain one of those this trip down. So 15-14, 4:26 left. Lions with the lead. Doherty on the outside gets it into
off Grayson George's knee as he goes to the basket.
another turnover by the Lions. Oh, we'll come back. Schmidberger bring it down, guarded by Macy. Macy back to Dinkle for three, off the mark. Zach Allison, there's a travel right there. Nice job. Zach Allison coming down hard. But great job, Zach Allison, going up hard for that rebound. Dylan Crossan is going to check in for Andrew Yoxel. So Minneapolis will bring it down. Doherty to bring it down and set it up for the Lions. Goes around back to Macy. Into Crossan. Crossan back to Macy. And a turnover, another turnover. I think that's 3 consecutive turnovers down the floor for the Lions.
It's not the way to build a lead.
No. Schmidberger, guarded by Macy, brings it down. And nice hands, Garrett Doherty nearly gets the steal. It will stay with the Knights. Ball will be inbounds by Hodling, back to Schmidberger. Ball goes to Schmidt. Schmidt, and stolen by Macy. Back to Doherty. Doherty comes down with it, back to Grayson George. Into Crossan in the paint. Crossan up and good. Nice job, Dylan. Took it the opposite direction. He needed to go to the left side, and he did off the glass.
One, went the other. Yeah.
Yep. Schmidt on the outside, back to three-point shot, up and no good, and rebounded by Doherty. Doherty had a nice block out right there, brings it back to the other direction. Shot up and no good, as timeout's going to be called by the Victoria Knights. So at the 3:01 mark, Lions have a lead 17-14, but they're having a hard time building on it, Dale. We will go ahead and take a break with them. At the 3:01 mark in the first half, Minneapolis 17, Victoria Knights 14.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex Salina, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars, new GMC trucks and SUVs. Serving their customers since 1957, Bennett Autoplex Salina.
Tonight's game coverage is brought to you by Santa Fe Carpet. where new carpet starts at $1.50 per square foot. Santa Fe Carpet now has Soft Sense by Bliss, the softest, smartest carpet ever in 48 colors. Salina's bottom line carpet price, Santa Fe Carpet, 4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas, Cardinal Winter Jam. You're listening to 910candy.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. As the Knights will have it, Minneapolis picks up a little bit of press. Darrow, George, Doherty, Allison, and Crossan on the floor for the Lions. And there's a steal right there. Nice job, Garrett Doherty, back to Darrow, and another turnover. Cannot control the ball right now, guys. Having a hard time with that. Maybe pass the ball a little too early on that one, but trying to work the trap. Ball goes back, and it's going to be picked up by Grayson George. Grayson with the steal. Minneapolis doing a nice job, but they're just having a hard time converting on it. Ball goes into Zach Allison, and it's stolen by Schmidt. Back to Schmidtberger. Schmidtberger will bring it down, guarded by Darrow. Rolls around the right-hand side, gets it back to Schmidt, and off the glass and no good. Zach Allison with a nice big rebound, back to Doherty.
As bad as we've been at hanging on to the ball, they've been just bad hitting the shots, so it's balanced out so far.
Zach Allison in the paint, up and no good, but he'll be fouled, and that's going to be 3 on the big guy. I believe it's on Blesky. If, in fact, that's who it is, and he's going to the bench, that will be 3 on Blesky. 2. Sorry. I could have sworn no, 3, Jay. Zach Allison at the free throw line, off the back of the rim. Zach, we need him, buddy. Checking in will be number 45, Tony Schmidtberger. He had a pretty, in the absence of Blesky, he did pretty well. Kyler Macy checks in for Doherty. Second shot is up, and it's good. Nice job, Zach Allison, and makes one of them. Nice job, Zach, to get off that snub off the free throw line. So, Andrew Yoxel checks in for Allison. 18-14, Lions with the lead. Schmidtberger will bring it down, guarded by Darrow. There's a double team more there. Somebody, oh, nice job, Andrew Yoxel just jumps up in the air and takes it away from him.
What a block.
Nice job by Andrew Yoxel. Darrow on the outside, dribbles it off, out of bounds. Just having a hard time with the ball right now, guys. Number 23 checks in. Dalton Dreiling checks in for Victoria, his first action of the night. And he almost has his pocket picked right there by Darrow, and gets it back on the outside to Blesky, and looks at a three-point shot from the outside. He'll drive, shot in the lane. Oh, blocked by Grayson George. Nice block by Grayson. Stands him straight up, goes the other direction to Darrow. Back to Grayson. Grayson looks at a 3, backs it off, goes to Yoxel in the paint, puts it up, and he'll be fouled. Nice job, Andrew Yoxel, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good hustle by Andrew down low. Number 30, Kyle Schmidt with the foul, I believe just his first.
They are not afraid to not let us have our way down low. They bump and scratch and fight for every inch.
Andrew Yoxel hits the first one. Garrett Doherty will check in for Grayson George. Yoxel at the line to shoot another one. Shot is up, and it's good. He makes them both. Nice job, Andrew Yoxel. Some big free throws right there, guys.
20-14 now, Minneapolis.
Schmidtberger back in after just a quick little break. Goes back to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Schmidtberger. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt double team, trapped up top there. Schmidtberger with the ball. Goes back in the hands of Dinkle. Dinkle drops down low. Oh, nice job. But a great pass by Dinkle down to Tony Schmidtberger, but couldn't handle it and goes out of bounds. Minneapolis will have it. 58 seconds, 20-14. Minneapolis will bring it down. Garrett Doherty to set it up. Garrett rolls the right-hand side. Back to Darrow. Darrow picks up his dribble, goes down low, picks up his, back to Yoxel. Yoxel back to in the paint to Crossan off the glass, no good, and rebounded by Garrett Doherty. Garrett pulls it back down, and he'll take it off the glass, and he'll be fouled. Nice job, Garrett. Wisely didn't have the pass and still turned and went to the basket.
It too early, trying to get rid of it. He held on to see what was happening. Then he saw,
Three
hey,
fouls.
I can take this to the rim.
Tony Schmidberger has his third foul, and they're going to have to go deep into their bench. So, shot is off the mark. We've got to be atrocious, Jay, from the free throw line today. Struggling from the line so far. Garrett will have another one as number 40, Philip Nowak, a sophomore, checks in for the Knights. Shot is up, and it is good by Doherty as he makes the second one. Grayson George will check in for Kyler Macy. Nice effort by Kyler on the defensive side. Schmidberger will bring it down, guarded by Darrow.
25 seconds.
Double teamed at the top, and back to Schmidt, back to Schmidberger. Schmidberger will drive, gets it back out and stolen by Darrow, and Darrow will come back the other direction. Back to Grayson George. 8 seconds, back to Doherty. 4 seconds, Grayson. Shot up and, off the glass, no good. Had to throw it up quick. John Michael throws up a three-pointer, tries to go off the glass, a little hard. We will go into the half, though, with a 7-point lead, 21-14. And nice effort by the Lions in the second quarter, guys, as they outscore them by a score of 12-2. Nice job by the Minneapolis Lions there in the second quarter, especially. Minneapolis has the lead at the half, 21-14. We'll be back after this words from our sponsor. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Roysington, Kansas.
Minneapolis with the lead at the half, 21-14 against Victoria 19. Dale, that it really impressed me. They came out with some determination, had a 12-9 lead at the end of the first quarter. Minneapolis, maybe their depth played a little bit more, but they outscored them by a score of 12-2 there in the second quarter, and Minneapolis takes the lead at the half as they had the lead by a score of 21-14. And one of the things that just looking down here, they've got some pretty good athletes for Victoria.
Oh yeah, they do. They are not deficient on athletic talent at all.
But one of the things that I noticed that Coach Shoup has been trying to do is take it into the low paint, and that's caused some havoc as two of their big guys, number 44 Blesky, a senior, 6'2", and another senior, Tony Schmidberger, both with 3 fouls, and they have 8 points between the two of them. Blesky with 4 and Schmidberger with 4, and then it drops down to
over half their scoring.
Yeah, to Dinkel with 2, Schmidt with 2, and Hotling with 2. So they've got a true point guard in the Schmidberger kid. He delivers the ball very well, but Minneapolis has seen some things maybe down the low paint that they've tried to get that ball down to him. Lions had the lead, 21-14. Run through some scoring for the Lions. For Minneapolis, Casey Argenbright with 2, Andrew Yoxel with 2, Grayson George with 1 point, and that's only a free throw. And then it goes to Garrett Doherty for 5 points, Zach Allison with 5 points, and Dylan Crossan with 6. So our bigs have 11 points between them with Dylan Crossan and Zach Allison, and Garrett Doherty having a pretty good ball game as well.
Yes, he is.
So, nice job for the Lions.
We've had some nightmares trying to hang on to the ball at times. That quarter, Victoria had some nightmares just getting the ball in the hole. But I can see, as you talked about earlier, our plan has been to force the ball inside, have our bigs do the work, and there's just been a ton of hacking and bumping and spitting and scratching going on, and there's not a whole lot of fouls called, but there have been 6 fortunate ones.
Yeah, very much so.
On their bigs, so I could expect to continue to see that in the second half. I mean, that will allow us to dictate what goes on and force our will in this game.
Casey Argenbright has 2 fouls for us, Grayson George with 1, and Andrew Yoxel with 1, and John Darrow with 1. So Lions had the lead 21-14, and Ethan, what Minneapolis is going to have to come out and, I'd say, work on ball handling, ball control. They did a great job with some double teams. They're just going to have to continue to work to get those transition points, which is your steals from your turnovers.
Yeah, they're going to really have to work on that. There's been a lot of turnovers because of ball handling.
Yeah.
I saw John Michael had quite a few just on the side of hitting it out of bounds or something. But, yeah, there's been quite a few ball handling errors.
Yeah.
So
Going to have to get a control on that and work on that in the second half. And Lions are going to have to come out and, we've seen the inside shots, guys, of Dylan Crossan and Zach Allison, but we haven't seen a lot of three-pointers from the outside, only maybe 2 attempts. One an off-balance three-pointer at the very end by John Michael and one by Grayson George.
Yeah, I'm hoping now that they've gotten their legs loosened up and back into the flow of things after 2 days off from practice due to no school. That
Yeah.
they'll get some life going there.
I don't
in
think
the
folks.
second half.
I don't think folks realize this, but our policy is that if there is no school, there is no gym time.
Yeah.
You can't even go in on your own and shoot around.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So it's something that no school, no practice, no gym time, and that's we saw in the girls' game, especially in the first half, and I think we saw a little bit of signs of it in the first half of the boys' game. So,
we'll be back in a couple of minutes with second half action.
1-14, and Minneapolis will have the ball to start the second half on the floor. Dylan Crossan, Andrew Yoxel, John Darrow, Grayson George, and Casey Argenbright. And for the Victoria Knights, number 34, Cameron Dinkel, Schmidberger, number 14, Hotling, number 30, Schmidt, as well as number 44, Blesky. Minneapolis will have it start the second half. Argenbright will play it in. Casey at the top of the key to set this one up. Goes back to Grayson George. Grayson looks for the top high post to Yoxel. Back to Crossan. Back down low to Argenbright. Argenbright down low to back to Grayson George for 3, and it's good. Nice job, Grayson. That's one thing that we didn't see in the first half. This time we get the open look on the 3 as we hit some ball movement. Nice shot by Grayson George. Start this one. Schmidberger back into Schmidt, down low to Dinkel. Dinkel back to Schmidt. Schmidt was lighting him up in warm up here in the before the start of the second half. Schmidberger rolls it around, goes back to Dinkel. Dinkel back to Schmidt. Schmidt over to Hotling, back to Schmidt. Down low, stolen by Dylan Crossan. Nice hands by Dylan. Casey Argenbright will bring it down to set it up. Casey on the right-hand side. Drives down, goes back to Grayson George. Grayson looks at a 3, goes to Crossan. Crossan back to Argenbright. Casey shot up and in and out, no good. Great hustle by Dylan Crossan, but it comes down into the hands of Blesky. Schmidberger will bring it down on the right-hand side, guarded by Darrow. Back to Schmidt, back to Dinkel, off the mark, and rebounded by Darrow. Nice pass down low to Andrew Yoxel, and he'll be fouled. Nice job by Andrew to wait and get the man up in the air and then go into the foul. Andrew Yoxel, just a smart player, Dale.
Yes, he is.
He'll go to the line to shoot 2 here. Cameron Dinkel with the foul, his second personal.
Yoxel's been doing really good playing today, I think. He's been doing pretty good.
First free throw is on the mark, and you're right. He does a great job of elevating himself. He's had some great steals. Stood up and just grabbed the ball midair against defensive-wise. You're right, Ethan. He's done a nice job. Second shot coming by. Yoxel is up, and it is off the mark. And rebounded by Grayson George. Grayson puts it up, and he'll be fouled. And that'll be the third one on Dinkel, as I believe it'll be on Dinkel. And he'll pick up his third foul. And Grayson George to go to the line to shoot 2. So 3 players with 3 fouls for Victoria. Grayson George shot up and good as he makes the first one. 26-14, second shot coming. Shot is up and it is good. He makes them both. Schmidberger will inbounds for the Knights, gets it in to Dinkel. Dinkle back to Schmidtberger. Schmidtberger guarded by Darrow. Rolls around the right-hand side. And nearly stolen. And there's a double dribble, thank you. Nice job by Minneapolis on that one, as I believe that was Argenbright and Darrow that forced the double team, and they forced the turnover. Grayson George looks at a three. Gets it down low to Crossan, off the glass, no good, and he misses one off the paint. Off the glass, sorry about that. He was in the paint, how's that? Had a little trouble with my words tonight. Schmidt back to Dinkle. Dinkle back to Schmidt. Shot up and good by Schmidt. Schmidt, a pretty good shooter, and he gets the bucket. Grayson George on the outside, he'll take the three. And it's good. Nice job, Grayson, as he goes right over the top of Dinkle and drains a deep three. Nice shot, Grayson. Shot by Grayson George.
Think about Grayson. If he gets the right chance, he'll take that. And he's really good. Has good potential with it.
Rebounded by Grayson George after the missed three. Goes back to Casey Argenbright. Back to Darrow. He'll take the three. And it's off the mark, but rebounded by Crossan, back to Argenbright. Three by Grayson George, and it's good. Nice job, Grayson George, as he hits another three-pointer right there.
It's
Minneapolis.
Raining. It's pouring.
33-16. The Lions come out hitting them here as they score 12 big points right there. And we've got a 33-16 lead. We'll be back after this word from our sponsor. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
CNR Plating, and take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. CNR Plating, a Lions sports backer, wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. CNR Plating, a Lions sports backer.
Santa Fe Carpet is a proud supporter of the Minneapolis Lions. In conjunction with new carpet prices starting at $1.50, Santa Fe Carpet also carries quick-step wood laminates, vinyl flooring, tile, even home decor. Salina's bottom line carpet price is at Santa Fe Carpet, 4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Welcome back to Oisin, Kansas in the semifinal contest of the Victoria Knights and the Minneapolis Lions. We're leading 33-16, 5:16 to go in the third quarter.
Cameron Dinkle inbounds it to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger will bring it down, guarded by Darrow. 33-16, 5:09 left to go here in the third quarter. Ball goes back to Schmidt. Schmidt drives. Oh, nice pass down low and up and good by number 14, Stephen Hotling. Ball goes back to Grayson George. He'll look at a three. And we turn the ball over. Just a quick little step there. So
don't be unselfish, Grayson. Just let it pop.
Let it fly. Schmittenberger will bring it down for the Knights. Ball goes down low. There's a walk down there, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Yoxel in the hands of Argenbright. Casey will bring it down. Casey drives all the way in and good. Nice job, Casey Argenbright, as he gets the bucket to fall. Drives all the way around and goes in. Minneapolis getting ready to send 4 new players in. Ball goes back on the outside to Dinkle, back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger rolls around the outside, guarded by Argenbright. Gets it back over to Schmidt. Schmidt looks at a three, backs off, gets it to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger back to Schmidt. 3-point shot up, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by the Knights, and he'll be fouled, I believe, by Crossan. We'll see for sure. Dylan Crossan. Dylan's, I believe, just his first personal foul. Yep. Dinkle at the line, off the back of the rim.
And first team foul.
Yeah. Kyler Macy, Garrett Doherty, Garrett Pounds, and Zach Allison check in for everyone except for John Michael. He'll stay on the floor for the Lions. Second shot coming. Is up, and it is good as he makes 1 of 2. Garrett Pounds gets the ball into Garrett Doherty. Ball goes back to Darrow. Darrow shot up and good. Nice job, John Michael, as he just takes a little 12-footer there. As I believe his first points of the night. Schmidberger tried to get a double team up there. We do. Zach Allison comes away with it. Nice job, Zach. Gets it back to Garrett Pounds, back to Garrett Doherty. Nice double team by the Lions, forced the turnover. Doherty rolls around to the right-hand side to set this one up. Gets it back to Pounds. Pounds back to Macy. Macy on the outside. Got traffic on the inside. Ball goes back to Darrow into Doherty on the inside, and he's blocked. Zach Allison comes down with it, but there is a foul down low. And fouls on, I believe, number 14. Hoteling is how they pronounce it. Garrett Doherty will go to the line to shoot 2. Shot is up, and it's no good. It hit about every part of that rim, just it didn't hit the part that we wanted to go in. So.
Yep. Kind of sat there on the point, just kind of waiting for it.
Second shot coming by Doherty is up, and it is no good. But Zach Allison, almost comes away with the rebound right there. Zach has been an excellent down the boards tonight, guys. Schmidberger at the top of the key. He'll roll around, gives it to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Schmidberger. And back to Hoteling, back to Dinkel for 3, and it's off the mark, but Schmidberger comes away with it, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 as he's fouled after the contact. 37-19, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Garrett Doherty with the foul, his first personal. Schmidberger at the line to shoot 2. And it's up and no good.
2 team fouls on the Lions, 3 on the Knights of Victoria.
Second shot coming is up, and it is good. Ball goes back to Garrett Doherty. Garrett will bring it down to set up for the Lions. 17-point lead for Minneapolis. Into Zach Allison. And tries to go down low. There's going to be a tie-up. It will be back to the Victoria Knights. Minneapolis tried to force one down low, and Victoria collapsed on it. Schmidberger will bring it down for the Knights, guarded by Darrow. Schmidberger, pretty quick athlete. Schmidt on the outside. And there will be a foul on Zach Allison, and that will go back. I think that's just Zach's first foul. Yeah, his first personal foul. Knights will have it under their own basket.
3 fouls apiece.
Schmidt for 3, off the mark, and rebounded by Garrett Doherty. Zach Allison, comes away with it, and it's still on the ground, and somehow we get a foul on that one.
Well,
and they're trying to call it intentional on that.
Oh, no. Kyler threw a nice full body block in there. After scoring for the ball, it wasn't.
Kyler Macy with his first personal foul. Their coach over there, Stuart Meckel, coaches their girls and their boys. Surely not.
No, that's a different coach they had for the girls.
So they got it listed wrong then, okay. So, stolen by Grayson George. Nice job by Grayson as he steals the ball. Argenbright shot up and good. Nice job, Casey Argenbright. Great pass by Grayson and great steal. 39-20, 2:09 left to go in the third quarter. Ball goes back in the corner, back to Schmidt. Schmidt back to, there's a walk right there. Got up in the air and didn't have anywhere to go with it. Turns the ball over. Ball will go back into the hands of the Lions. Andrew Yoxel inbounds it. Will go to Casey Argenbright. Grayson George, Dylan Crossan, and Darrow on the floor as well. Back to Andrew Yoxel, back to on the inside to Grayson on the inside low block. And he's going to be, has it stolen away from him by Schmidberger. Dinkel for 3, and it's off the mark. Grayson George.
Have they hit a 3 tonight?
No, they haven't. They're not afraid to take them. Nice pass, and then the steal back the other direction. Nice pass by Argenbright, just a little too low for Minneapolis. Schmidberger drives and up and good. Excuse me, not Schmittenberger, Dinkle. Cameron Dinkle gets the bucket as he goes off the glass. Into Crossan. Crossan on the block, no good, and he will take 2 to the line. Nice job by Dylan Crossan in that low block. 39-22, Lions with the lead. Minute 9, 4th personal foul on Tony Schmittenberger. Thank you, Jay. Shot is up and no good by Dylan Crossan. Second shot coming by Crossan. Is up and it is good as he makes the second one. 40-22. Colin Schmittenberger will bring it down to set it up for Victoria. Drives. Schmidt for 3. Off the mark. Oh, nice rebound down low and the bucket as Cameron Dinkle gets the rebound and the putback. And they call a foul on Argenbright as Casey was in that vicinity. And Dinkle will go for the 3-point play right here.
3rd personal, 5th team foul on the Lions, 4 fouls on the Knights.
And Dinkle makes the free throw. Grayson George for 3 and off the mark.
Up and over the backboard.
Up and over. Ball will be back in the hands of the Knights. 40-25, 15-point lead for Minneapolis. Schmittenberger drives. Up and good. Nice job by Tony Schmittenberger as he gets it. Back to within 13, guys. They're not afraid to come right back. And there's a charge right there. That's 4 on Casey. And Garrett Doherty will check in for Casey. So 40-27, we got to shut them down here, guys. 30 seconds. Dinkle with the ball, back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger back to Dinkle. Back to Hoteling, or whatever. Cameron Dinkle on the outside, back to Hoteling. And it's going to be stolen there by Minneapolis. Nice job. Back in the hands of Garrett Doherty. 8 seconds left. Garrett brings it down. He'll take a shot off the glass. No good. And it's good. Yes, it counts.
Yes,
it counts.
yes.
No.
Oh, buddy. We got
They call a
we got
foul.
a disagreement here.
Wow. Wow, they call a foul on Dylan Crossan instead. And
that'll be a 1-and-1.
That'll be a 1-and-1. That's pathetic.
I was just tipped in too.
Yeah, but they don't even know who he fouled. So 40-27, we're going to keep it here and see if he hits the free throws, as he has a 1-and-1 right here.
That was a beautiful tip in.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Shot coming by Tony Schmittenberger, and it's off the mark, no good. And it's only a 1-and-1, buddy. You don't get the second one, so.
I can't believe you've been having trouble with all these German names, Scott.
We'll be back after this word from our sponsor. 40-27 now. We're going to keep it here, guys. We took enough time in there. We're just going to keep it here. Well, you forget, Dale, that I was in Hayes for quite a few years, so these names don't throw me one bit. You got Schmittenbergers, and you got Bleskys and Dinkles and Schmidt, but now the one that's throwing me is Hoteling.
So
that's one that's throwing me. So Minneapolis has the ball here to start the 4th quarter. Jay, what was the score in there in the quarter? 19-13, we outscored them in the 3rd quarter. Dylan had a bigger lead than that, but gave it up. Ball goes down low to Crossan. Crossan up and no good. Yoxel gets the rebound, and he can't get it. And ball will be rebounded by Victoria. Schmittenberger brings it down, gets it back to Schmidt. Schmidt on the outside, goes back to Cameron Dinkle. Back to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Schmittenberger. Back to Cameron Dinkle. And There's going to be a foul on Grayson George, I believe. Yep, Grayson George with the foul. His second personal foul. Cameron Dinkle at the line.
8th team foul.
Shoot 2.
Nate's with just 4.
And
Not
off
too
the
long
front of the
ago,
rim.
it was 4 apiece.
Yeah. Second shot coming by Cameron Dinkle. Shot is up, and it is off the front of the rim. Oh. And they come away with it. Schmidtberger brings it back as they come away with it back the other direction. They have another opportunity. Schmidtberger drives, pulls it back down. He gets a pass down low in the paint, and good by Tony Schmidtberger. And they're within 11, guys, 40-29. Had as much of a, and another turnover down low, and gotta figure out a way. Schmidt could bury us right there, no, but ball will come back in the hands of Hodling. He'll look at a 3, back to Schmidtberger. Schmidtberger back to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Schmidtberger. And no way. Call them both ways, guys. And Cameron Dinkle gets the bucket as he crosses through, and he'll go to the line to try to get this one within 8, as they have outscored us quite a bit here in the last probably 4 minutes between the last quarter and this quarter.
I really hope it's not turning into the first quarter. Turnover after turnover.
Yes. Dylan Crossan with his 3rd personal foul. Shot is up, and it is off the mark, rebounded by Grayson George. Back to Garrett Doherty, back to Darrow, back to Doherty, back to Crossan in the lane, and thank you very much. There should be number 4 on Jordan Blesky. Yep, that's 4 on him. So Dylan Crossan will go to the line and shoot 2, and guys, we've got to hit our free throws down the stretch here. It's off the front of the rim. Kyler Macy getting ready to check in, as he will check in for Grayson George. And Garrett Pounds and will check in for Andrew Yoxel. Allison waiting for the shooter. Second one coming. Shot is up, and he makes it. Nice job, Dylan, as he makes 1 of 2. Zach Allison will check in for him. Nice job, Dylan Crossan. 10-point lead for the Lions. Defense has got to shut him down, and we've got ball into Schmidt. Schmidt back to Schmidtberger. And inside it goes to Blesky, and he gets it on the inside with the shot down low. Ball goes back to Pounds, back to Darrow. Darrow back to Pounds, back to Doherty. Doherty off the glass, and no good, but Zach Allison gets the bucket and the foul, and that should be 5 if it's on Blesky. I'm not sure who they call it on. It may be on Schmidt. 4-4. He's gone, and that is number 5 on Schmidt, or excuse me, on 34. Gosh, that's 4 on 34. So
I can't count fingers.
Zach Allison for the N1. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Blesky. Schmidtberger rolls down the right-hand side. Gets it back to Schmidt. Schmidt picks up his dribble, back to Schmidtberger. Schmidtberger back on the outside to Blesky, back to Hodling for 3. And in and out. Rebounded by Darrow. Darrow, watch the wolf. You have somebody coming from behind. Gets it back to Macy. Macy in the lane, shot up and no good. Garrett Pounds with the rebound. Back to Macy, back to Darrow. Ball goes into Pounds. Into Allison in the low plate. No good. No foul, and they go back to Hodling. All the way down. He can't get it, but he's fouled by Garrett Pounds. Please call him both ways. I'm being nice here. I'm asking please.
You're such a homer.
Well, you know, I'm just trying to be politically correct here. Garrett Pounds with a foul.
43-33 Minneapolis, 5:02 remaining. single-digit opportunity here or opportunity to get a single digits if they do.
And they do. He makes the first one. 43-34.
Haven't been doing that bad compared to what they've been doing on fouls.
Second one is up, and he makes them both within 8.
They are in the double bonus now. Minneapolis is in the 1-and-1.
Dylan Crossan, Andrew Yoxel, Grayson George, and Casey Argenbright check in. Kyler Macy stays on the floor. Argenbright will bring it down to set it up for Minneapolis. 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Grayson George on the outside, into Crossan, or into Yoxel. In the paint, up and good. Nice touch by Andrew Yoxel in the paint, up and good. Ball will come back the other day, direction Schmittenberger. And stolen by, nearly stolen. Blesky comes away with it. Back to Schmidt for 3, and that one's off the mark. Rebounded by Yoxel, back to Argenbright, and Casey with some nifty dribbling gets it out of there. Back to Grayson George. Into Crossan. Crossan in the paint, and they're going to call Crossan.
No, can't be.
Number 30, excuse me. Kyle Schmidt, his second personal foul. 7th team foul. Crossan at the line. Shot is up and good as he makes the first one. We have another one coming here. 46-35. Second shot by Crossan. Is up and it is good. Wow.
Round and round and round we
Got
go.
the toilet bowl
Where it
rim.
stops, nobody knows.
Got it to fall. 47-35. Schmidtberger brings it down for the Knights. Back to Blesky, back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger back to Blesky. Blesky will drive. And a blocking foul going to be called on Grayson George. Grayson didn't quite have position on that. And Grayson will pick up his 3rd personal foul. And Blesky will go to the line to shoot 2. Shot is up and off the mark for Dinkle. They've got 2 players out on the floor right now with 4 fouls, the Knights do. We've got Casey Argenbright on the floor with 4 fouls, but they've got 3 with 4. Second shot is up, and it is good as he makes the second one. Darrow will check in for Kyler Macy. And they're going to pick up a press. It's back to Argenbright. Casey will bring it down. Guarded by Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger, Argenbright on the top. Gets it down low to Crossan. Crossan in the paint, up and no good. And Yoxel comes away with it. Nice job, Andrew Yoxel. 3-pointer by Grayson George off the mark. And Dylan comes away with it, but then loses it. And it'll come back the other direction. Nice rebound and down low by Yoxel. There's a walk. Thank you very much. Nice job by.
I thought Yoxel's arm was going to get tore out of his socket down there, and he comes out with the ball.
Comes out with the ball. Ball will go into Casey Argenbright. 3:33 left, 47-36. Argenbright will bring it down, set it up. Pressure defense by Schmittenberger. Back to Grayson George. Grayson down low to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Grayson. Into Crossan in the paint. Up and can't get the fall, but that's going to be 5 on. That's going to be 5 on number 44, Jordan Blesky, and he will sit down. And Dylan Crossan will go to the line to shoot 2. Grayson George will sit down as Kyler Macy comes in. Garrett Doherty checking in for Casey Argenbright. 2 shots coming for Minneapolis. First shot is up and good by Crossan. He'll have another one coming. 48-36, second shot on its way. Is up and no good. Rebounded by Blesky. Back to Schmittenberger. Schmittenberger will bring it down to set it up for the Knights. Guarded by Darrow. Back to Hoteling, or Hoteling, or whatever. Dinkel down low. Nice pass down low and up and good. That was a beautiful pass down low to Tony Schmittenberger, and Schmittenberger puts it in. Doherty on the outside, 48-38. Garrett Doherty drives around him. Gets it back to Macy. Macy back to Doherty. Doherty pulls it back out, back to Darrow. Darrow, cross-court pass to, back to the top of the key, goes to Darrow. Nice ball movement by the Lions as they run some clock. Back to Garrett Doherty, into Yoxel. Yoxel off, and he'll be fouled, but he will go to the line to shoot two. Nice job, Andrew Yoxel. Nice ball movement by the Lions. 2:20 left to go in this ball game. First shot coming by. Yoxel is up, and it is good as the junior puts the first one down. You know, listening the other night, Dale, we heard the Orange, we heard the Rock, we heard all kinds of that. I just don't have those catchy names.
We aren't
it's not as special.
Mod as these.
Second shot is no good by Yoxel. 11-point lead for the Lions. Schmittenberger will bring it down, and he'll drive, gets it back over to Schmidt, back to Schmittenberger. He'll take the three, and it's in and out, and rebounded by Garrett Doherty. Garrett Doherty comes away with it.
Doherty grabs the orange.
And how is that not a foul? And it goes back to Blesky. And Kyler Macy, nice job by Kyler as he strips the ball away and then is thrown to the ground, and they call a travel on Kyler. Nice job by Kyler Macy, but wow, inconsistency on. So all go into Schmittenberger with 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. He'll drive.
There's charging. They're going to call blocking.
That's 5 on Argenbright.
Unbelievable. No way he wasn't there set.
Yep. Nice job, Casey Argenbright. He'll get his 5th foul, and he'll sit down. But
this was a tight game. I might be starting to come unglued. Thankfully, we have a little lead.
Schmittenberger at the line. First shot is up and no good. Second shot coming. Both teams in the double bonus. Second one is up and good. Ball goes into Doherty, back to Yoxel. Back to Doherty. As Minneapolis will bring it down. 10-point lead. Darrow on the outside picks up his dribble, back to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Doherty. Doherty back to Darrow. Darrow roll around, back to Yoxel. Back to Doherty. Back to Crossan. Crossan back to Darrow. Minneapolis, 1:22 left. Now they're going to have to start fouling, and they do right there. And Darrow.
14 says, I can't believe you didn't call that foul on me down here. I got to go get him again.
So, well, they didn't want to call a foul. Come on, Dale. They haven't wanted to call any except for.
Made him run real hard to go back and foul the guy again.
Darrow will have 2 here. And the first one's up and good. Nice job by John Michael. He'll have another one coming. Second shot is up, and it is good as well. Nice job by Grayson George, and he'll check in for Kyler Macy as Grayson gets put in. Schmittenberger with the ball. Bring it down. Gets it back. Nice hands by Dylan Crossan, and he didn't even know he had nice hands there. So.
Yeah, I think it was Andrew Yoxley. He was back to the ball, had his arm out. Didn't know if the ball was coming or not, but it popped him in the back of the hand.
Tony Schmittenberger back to Colin Schmittenberger. Ball goes to Schmidt, up and no good, and he will get fouled by Dylan Crossan. So, Dylan's 4th personal foul. Oh, Andrew Yoxel, excuse me.
Oh, Dylan was convinced it was on him.
First shot by Schmidt is up, and it is good. He rattles one in. 51-40, minute 4 left. Second shot coming. It's up, and it is off the mark, rebounded by Yoxel. Back to Grayson George. And Grayson will go to the line to shoot 2. As hoteling.
14 is the designated foul there.
Yeah, well, they don't have many that they can. Well, Schmittenberger could foul, so. Grayson George at the line to shoot 2 here. Shot is up and misses the first one.
This past week, Grayson's been having some problems with free throws.
You know, he has. He's normally just a superb free throw shooter, and he's our designated free throw shooter for the tournament, for the competition they have. And you're right, Ethan. He makes that one, but he's struggled in that competition.
Maybe,
Yeah.
so maybe that competition's wearing him out. I don't know.
I think last year he's our winner, too.
You know, you said that also, and if I remember right, I think you might be right. So.
If I remember right, I think he was.
The ball will come back in the hands of Schmittenberger, and there's a double dribble. There we go. So 53.9 seconds left, 12-point lead for the Lions. Andrew Yoxel to inbounds for Minneapolis. Ball's into Grayson George. Grayson pulls it right back out.
There's that 14
again.
again.
14. Well, he wants to foul out. Well, they didn't call a foul. Oh my gosh, that's pretty amazing. Grayson George with the ball, 48 seconds left. They're gonna.
You can make me do it again, Ralph.
Yeah. Back to Darrow. Darrow. There's a foul. So Darrow will go to the line, shoot 2.
He keeps reaching out to touch someone.
Well, it's been an interesting called ball game tonight, guys. Darrow will be at the line to shoot 2. Shot is up, and he makes the first one. Second one coming. Shot is up, and it is good as he makes them both. Garrett Doherty checks in for Kyler Macy. 54-40, 38.9 seconds left. And we'll bring it down to set it up here. Schmittenberger drives all the way down. Nice job by Garrett Doherty. Back to Zach Allison, and Grayson George will be fouled. Hey, that's 5 on Hottling.
Yep. He kept working at it.
My golly, I want to sit down. He gets his 4th foul in the last 3 minutes of this ball game to get his 5th of the ball game. He's done for the night.
There goes 6'8" and 6'5", Scott.
I know. That will be Hoisington tomorrow night. So,
assuming they take care of business against La Crosse tonight.
Pretty sure they will. So, second shot coming. Grayson makes the first one. Shot is up, and he makes them both. Nice job, Grayson. Kyler Macy will check in for Garrett Doherty. Garrett Pounds will get some instruction from coach. Schmittenberger drives down. Ball goes back to Schmidt. Excuse me, to Dinkel. Back to Schmidt. Back to Schmittenberger for 3. Off the mark, and nice rebound by Dinkel, and he puts it back in. So Minneapolis will come away with the victory tonight. 56-42. Lions come away with the victory tonight. Nice job by Minneapolis as they get the 14-point lead, but it was not an easy one, guys, as they do come away with the victory tonight. 56-42, and we will be in the championship tomorrow night against either Hoisington or La Crosse.
For the first time ever, both Lions teams in the championship of this tournament.
And you know, I said, unless we both get here, I don't think I was going to be able to make it, but I think now I'm going to be able to make it. So Minneapolis girls and boys both in the championship tomorrow night as Minneapolis Lions take care of business tonight as they come away with the victory against the Victoria Knights. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with some stats. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Welcome back to Minneapolis High School basketball here on 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Minneapolis Lions take care of business tonight to advance to the championship as they win against the Victoria Knights 56-42. And Minneapolis, I'll tell you guys, they had to work pretty hard at this one. As run through some scoring real quick. At the end of the first quarter, the Victoria Knights had a 12-9 lead, and that was really a tough one right there. Minneapolis, though, they fought back in the second quarter, outscored them 12-2, and then outscored them 19-13 in the third quarter, and then which gave us the 40-27 point lead at the end of the third quarter. And then Minneapolis was able to score another 16 and outscored them 16-15 to win the ball game by a score of 56-42. But I'll tell you, Dale, a pretty talented Victoria team. You know, the
only thing they couldn't do was shoot a three. If they were able to hit threes, we would have been in serious trouble.
Right, and they couldn't. I don't think they hit.
I bet they missed 15.
Yeah, they didn't hit a single three all night long, and Minneapolis comes away with the victory. Plus, they got into some foul trouble, and but Minneapolis was able to come away with the victory. Run through some scoring real quick here. They've got Colin Schmittenberger with 2, Hotling with 6, Schmidt with 5, Cameron Dinkle, pretty darn good ball player with 13, Blesky with 6, and then Tony Schmittenberger with 10 as Minneapolis comes away with the victory. 56-42 for the Minneapolis Lions. Scoring wise, Casey Argenbright with 6, Darrow with 6, Andrew Yoxel with 6, Garrett Doherty with 5, Zach Allison with 7, and nice job by Zach tonight. Dylan Crossom with 11, and Grayson George with 15. And Grayson had 3 big three-pointers and then quite a few free throws, but just kind of a little bit of an interesting ball game throughout the night. Minneapolis does come with the victory.
After listening to all those German names, Ned, I'm ready to go get a brat somewhere.
Probably have to drive somewhere else. See you, Ethan. Thank you to Ethan Keating as he came up here and did a nice job and helped us out. And I think he had some fun with that. Yep. So. But nice job by Minneapolis as they come away with the victory against the Victoria Knights by a score of 56-42. But wasn't the most pretty ball game.
Oh, no, not at all.
And I'm sure Coach Shoup's got a lot of things he needs to talk to the boys about. But they advanced to the finals, as you said, for the first time in tournament history that we've been down here. And we've had some pretty good ball teams.
Well, we had last year, you know, the team that finished second in the state. Unfortunately, we met up with Hoisington in the second round, and things just didn't go our way in that game.
Yeah.
So we ended up in third place. A little bit more favorable bracketing this year, which helps out. And of course, the previous 3 seasons, we were just struggling and learning and working with young squads.
Yeah.
We get ready to have Coach Shoup here in a minute. The Lions go to 9-1 on the season, and we'll play in the championship tomorrow at 8:15, I believe it is.
So, Coach Shoup, congratulations.
Thank you.
Making it to the finals, buddy. It was not the prettiest of ball games, but we took care of business and we were able to advance. Let's just kind of do a little recap. You told us that they had a very good ball player, and I'm assuming that was the number 34 Blesky kid, or Dinkle. Yeah, Dinkle kid. Very talented ball player. They came out. They kind of took it to us in the first quarter, and kind of had that swagger going a little bit, but we came out in the second quarter and played a lot better defense, I felt like, and shut them down, and we outscored them and were able to take the lead at the half. And then we just kind of built on that throughout. We let them back in it in the third quarter. Had them up by, I think, 19, maybe 21 at one time, and we let them back in it at the very end of the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, we were kind of evened up match point-wise. I think 15-14.
Yeah, you know, we just got to get more consistent defensively. We're just if you can hold them to 2 points one quarter, you can do better than letting them have 13 and 15 the other quarters. And that's my big thing now with us. We're just so undisciplined on defense, and half the reason we run traps all the time is because our half-court defense is so stinking bad right now, and they're about ready to drive me nuts. We got to get a lot better. We got to get a lot better, and we got to come out and start better tomorrow night if we even want a chance. I don't know who we're going to play yet. Hoisington's got a phenomenally talented team, ranked 4th or 5th in the state, and lacrosse is not bad. They've got a couple kids that are athletes, and we're not ready to go. It's going to be tough. And we've just, so far, the last 2 games started off real slow, and we just seem like we fight ourselves the entire game right now.
Victoria was about as good a squad as I've seen at moving that ball, passing the ball on the run to get it to the open guy for the backdoor play.
They spread the floor well, and they made some nice cuts, and I thought that was part of my frustration with our kids. Is not only did they make some nice cuts, but I thought we just did a poor job on the backside of our defense, and they exposed that, and that kept them in the game. They were able to get some things going to their end. So
on a positive standpoint, it seemed like in the first half we really were looking at the low block, and we're taking it to the low block. And we had some success down there in the low block.
Yes, we did.
Zach Allison just had a phenomenal night, I felt like. Had some great rebounds and had some nice shots. And Dylan Crossan also did a great job. Andrew Yoxo always amazes me with just his mind and how he plays the game. But I felt like those 3 guys down low did a good job.
They did.
In that low block, and then we eventually went to the high-low, and then that freed up also in the third quarter some outside looks.
Yeah, they scored about 40% of our points, and but the big thing is that Victoria could never get anything going inside because their posts were always in foul trouble.
Right.
And then I thought that was a big part of, we talk a lot about that. They do have a good post player in the Bleasick kid, and he only had 6 points, and he was on the bench a lot of the night. So, I think those kids are coming around. We got to finish a little bit better still, and we just got to play better offensively. Again, I think a lot of it's just consistency, but, we'll get there, and I like the way we fought. I mean, things weren't going our way, and it wasn't a pretty win. It was a grinder, and we did the things we needed to win, and we had a lot of guys contribute again. So.
Yeah, and when they got down, where we only had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter, they dug in. They had I think at one time Grayson got them down low, got them in a team meeting down there, and then at that point on, they just seemed to fight a little bit harder and dug a little deeper, and nice. We did a good job pressing the ball on the trap side and forcing turnovers. I see what you mean on the passing down low in the low block. They had some phenomenal passes and some nice finishes. So.
Yeah, they did.
So, but the Lions come away with the victory. They get to the championship. I think Dale said for the first time. Is what you told me?
First time we've been here.
So we have a chance to meet Hoisington again, or as you said, I think lacrosse. So Hoisington has got some size.
Oh yeah, they're big.
They are big.
6'8", 6'5", 6'4".
Oh yeah.
Coach, I just have to throw this in here. I noticed that despite the loss to Beloit last week, kicking us out of the unbeaten ranks, the Kansas Basketball Coach Association keeps us at number 2. And that didn't surprise me to see Wichita Collegiate still number 1, but I was very surprised to see us stay number 2. And I thought about that and I said, well, that tells me how much respect that you have and your players have around Class 3A among the coaches that are there.
Right.
Is that a coach's vote? Is that how every coach in 3A gets a vote?
If you're a member of the KBCA, you turn your votes in to the representative, and he files them with the office, and they go that way. So I mean, but a lot of that has to do with what we did last year, and so we've got, and a lot of these kids were there. So, and we'll get there, but we're not there yet. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we were there at this time last year either.
We weren't even close.
But you don't want to peak right now anyway. You don't want to. You want to continue to work at that.
Yeah.
So.
But I just thought that was a nice
Yeah.
honor to have them keep us
Yeah.
at number 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
betcha.
tone of respect.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks.
Well, Coach, I know you're probably going to stay and scout, and you probably got a long night ahead of you, but congrats on a victory.
Thanks.
We advance to the championship tomorrow, and folks, if you're listening at home and you're thinking about coming out here, this is a beautiful facility. Make the drive. It's an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half, and come out and watch the Lions, both the girls and the boys in the championship. So, Coach,
betcha.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
So the Minneapolis Lions come away with the victory tonight by a score of 56-42, and they advance to the championship tomorrow as both the girls and the boys. And Dale, that's pretty exciting right there.
The girls are scheduled at 6 o'clock against the winner of the upcoming game against Cross and Hoisington. And the boys will be at 8:15 against the winner
Hoisington
of
or
later on,
Lacrosse.
Hoisington
Yeah.
and Lacrosse.
So it could be a chance that you could see the girls play. It could be a Hoisington, Minneapolis, or it could be
Lacrosse,
or it could be mixed. But needless to say, the Lions come away with the victory tonight, and that's what they needed to do to advance. And Mike Perry will for sure be here with Dale tomorrow, and there's a pretty good possibility that I will be here as well, as the Minneapolis Lions advance both the girls and the boys to the championship tomorrow night, as they take care of business. It wasn't an easy one, but they were able to come away with the victory.
They found the way to make it pay.
So,
thanks for having us in your home, folks. We'll be back with you tomorrow with the championship contest.
good night from Hoisington, Kansas.